Hi, welcome to the Brief Book Reviews channel, otherwise known as An Old Guy Reviews the Book that he's read this week. So what's the old guy read this week? Well, the book I've read this week is called The Last Kingdom by author Steve Berry. Steve Berry is an international best-selling author, well known for his adventures of Cotton Malone. And sure enough, this is another adventure for Cotton Malone. Cotton Malone used to be an intelligence officer for a special branch of the US Justice Department, but has since retired and is now running a bookshop in Copenhagen. With this adventure, he's called out of retirement to help out his protege, Luke Daniels. Luke is still working for the Justice Department and is currently working undercover. Luke has been tasked with finding out what's going on with a secret group in Bavaria called the Gugelmänner. Apologies if I've screwed up the German translation. These people want Bavarian independence and are seeking to prove that Bavaria's former king, King Ludwig II, was murdered. It turns out that King Ludwig, I'll get it right in a minute, King Ludwig II was well known for being somewhat eccentric. Otherwise, some people called him the Mad King, others saw him as a visionary. He was a great fan of the Louis XIV and the Palace at Versailles, and created some fantasy castles in Bavaria. He was eventually deposed in 1886 and 3 days later mysteriously died. Word was it was an accident, but the Gugelmänner are convinced that it wasn't and are seeking to reclaim Bavaria as an independent state. So that's how the story starts. It turns out there's another problem with King Ludwig II, because part of his role, he was not enamored with the royal life, hence creating these fantasy castles where he could retreat to. But he also wanted to create another kingdom, somewhere, anywhere in the world where he could just go to and call his own and do what he likes. So it was known as the Last Kingdom. He to get my German right again, das letzte Königreich. He appointed a government official, von Löhr, to travel the globe and find this last kingdom. And rumour has it, and folklore has it, that von Löhr did find that kingdom, and there was a deed which exceeded this last kingdom to King Ludwig. But due to the nature of that deed, it's been hidden and no one knows where it is. So that is basically the thrust of it. Cotton Malone and Luke Daniels are tasked with finding out what happened to this title deed, which relates to the last kingdom. Because clearly, if people in Bavaria owned land elsewhere, there could be geopolitical consequences and indeed economic consequences, because that land could have mineral rights or whatever. So there's a whole bunch of people looking for this mysterious lost deed, the deed to the last kingdom. There's the CIA and the Justice Department in America for a start, plus another US government department. There's the Chinese, the Germans, and there's also the relatives of the current relatives of the king, King Ludwig II. That, as well as the Gugelmänner who are looking for it, means that this book is effectively a quest. It's a quest to find across, by traversing across Bavaria to find the deeds for the last kingdom. Lots of people involved, as I just mentioned, lots of double crossing and all sorts going on. So if you're a fan of historical treasure trails, this is an excellent book. I'm always not there are times when I found this really complicated because there was so much double crossing and people not who they appeared to be that, sometimes you had to really concentrate to figure out what was going on. But it is well written, it's fast paced. So, as I said, if you like historical treasure trails, this is a superb book. I, at times, found it a tad complicated, I admit, but nevertheless, it is well written and it is fast paced. So I'd give it a 7 out of 10. And that's it for this week's brief book review. So 10-10 till we do it again. Thanks for watching.